Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pimps and tips, welcome back to the Mac Life, the #1 podcast here in the world. We're back for episode 134. Now, if you're new to the channel, we have absolutely everything to do with growing your brand online, monetizing that brand, marketing for OnlyFans creators, and management. So how to manage ladies' OnlyFans accounts and make serious amounts of money. Now, we have quite a lot to get into, but also if you're new to the channel, the way in which I do these videos is in podcast style format. So this is essentially a podcast. Me and you, we get a little bit of time together. We'll get to connect. We'll get to go over some updates going on in the Mac life. You get some little hints, some little nuggets of business advice. And then we get into the crux of the video towards the end. Now, today we're going to look at how you can make 100K your first year on OnlyFans with no followers. Either you're a manager that has no ladies, or you've maybe got a lady, but you're not making much money, or you're a creator, okay, and you're watching this and you're thinking, shit, I'd like to make 100K my first year. How can I do that? I'm going to show you how you can do that very, very simply, and I'm going to give you pretty much a game plan to follow for 3 years. So instead of just saying, we're going to make 100K, how to get to that 100K mark in your first year, how to get to multiple sixes in your second year, and then into the 7 figures by year 3, you should be turning over that. Now, I can't make any promises, obviously. This is not financial advice by any means. This is simply for entertainment. Do you think this might be better like that? No, that's way worse. All right. So, we got some topics to get through first. Let's get into these topics. Now, I have New Zealand travel trip coming up. I've got that planned for early October. I've got a few more things I'm going to get done here. I'm going to go to the dentist, get the teeth done. I was waiting. I had to reschedule all my dentist appointments because I come down with some silly staph infection. So we're now rescheduled to go get those done. Once the teeth are done, I'll head to the orthodontist, go get all my new Invisalign cases sorted. Like a clean, get all this shit sorted. And then once I pretty much have all of my cases in advance, not only will that let me then be able to travel and leave Australia again, but what it will do for me is essentially allow me to plan the Europe phase, or the Europe travel phase, which is what a lot of people were wondering, when's that going to happen? I thought you were heading to Dubai. When are you heading to Dubai? When are you heading to Europe? Essentially, I didn't want to head there, have to head back, get all these cases, and then have to go back there again, okay, simply because I'll be getting my teeth done in Turkey. And it's like, it's not in terms of anything to do with money, not worrying about spending more money, which it still works out better to not have to spend that money, but it's mainly that I hate long-ass flights. And people are like, yeah, but you can work on them, you can do this, you can do that. You can, but it's not productive. I'd rather be doing tangible work, because for me, like, I understand the majority of planning I do on certain days when I do 80-20 analyses, and then it's not like I sit there and I rechange my business plan every day. A lot of people in business, you aren't making consistent money. So you're constantly thinking of new things to test, new things to try, new this, new that. You're constantly re-strategizing. I'm not like that. All my businesses are profitable and highly profitable, and it's simply about doing more of this task will scale, and basically putting in the reps to gain experience over time. It's like strengthening a muscle, putting in the reps. And so many people just don't put in the damn reps. And I really want to give a banger reference for you to understand. Also, if you want who these ladies are in the background, I am banging. This is the reaction video I'll be doing afterwards. This is a mum here, okay, and her daughter, and they do OnlyFans duets. So we're going to do a reaction video to that. Now, the reference that I want to give you, okay, to do with putting in the reps is, I was watching Ed Sheeran recently, and he was on some like TV night show, and they basically said, it was a mini clip it, and then I found a full clip it, and they essentially said to him, like, you know, but you're just talented at singing. Some people are talented at singing and they start off better, and someone like me, I couldn't develop to be like that. And he was like, no, you don't understand. Like, and they asked him, they said, well, if that's not the case, what's your advice? Like, and he just said, it's just about putting in the work. And they were disagreeing. They're like, no, but if you have to have some natural talent. And Ed Sheeran showed, like, he still has on his phone today, the first video of like him singing. And he was showing this video of him singing. And it was fucking like beyond the worst thing you've ever heard. Like his voice was cracking and breaking. He was trying to play guitar. And it was funny. He's like got that as a reminder. And he just said like, I cranked out like 1,000 bad songs before I finally got a good one. And then from there, they just become more frequent and more frequent and more frequent and more frequent. And he said, I still put out some bad ones, but it's just become less and less and less. And it's the exact same thing in business. You know, you just need to keep putting in the reps, putting in the rounds, putting in the work every single day until the point where you just become less shit. It's not about becoming great. It's about becoming less shit. And, you know, I feel, like I said, I'm at the end of the beginning now. So I still feel, you know, I always say, this is just the beginning. I'm in the beginning phases of being an entrepreneur. That's not it anymore. I'm at the end of the beginning. I've gone through all the shit and now everything for me is starting to compound, but it's taken, even for me, like I've been successful, but I still look at it as the end of the beginning. And, you know, this is 5 years in now. I've been at this for 5 years. And I know that for you can have all this success if you just put in the time and stop deviating from your plan. Stop switching it up. Just pick something, stick with it, put in the reps. Very, very important. Next to that as well as putting in the reps, I think the most important skill set you can have for business success is the ability of strong introspection. When you can look at yourself and understand your own characteristics and your own traits, it's going to allow you to be more effective with yourself, be more gentle on yourself when you don't, you know, for me, for example, I've never succeeded in customer support and I will never try to succeed in customer support. And for the longest period of time, you know, I was thinking, yeah, but I could do it and I could get better by doing it. And I try all these things. And then I thought, like, I introspected and I was like, I will always be shit at customer support. Okay, I could put in the reps to get better, but it's like, would I be better off focusing on my strengths? And I had that introspection. It's like, look, I need to just put in the best principles in place or the best systems, because I'm great with systems, in place that will mitigate 99% of the issues. And then that's that. And then I'm not going to have to worry because it's already set. It's already as it is. And then you're not critiquing yourself and wasting time and wasting emotion like, oh, I need to get better at this, I need to get better. And customer support's just one weird issue that I picked, but there are numerous things in business that you will just be shit at, okay? And it's finding the balance of learning enough about it where you can delegate it and put things or people into place. I like systems over people, putting systems into place. And then after that, it's like focusing on your strengths. So fucking itchy, this damn staph infection. I try not to scratch it, but that's just like, if I had the option of it doing no further damage, like just busting 50 nuts, like the feeling of just 50 consecutive nuts, or just scratching, someone scratching it, I would just, I'd scratch it all day. It's so itchy. So, now I'm about 2 to 3 days away from getting verified on Instagram. How many times have I said this? Now, today, I don't like the use of his language. Like, he keeps saying, yeah, guaranteed, 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 guaranteed. And then he's like, I'm just waiting on confirmation. And I was like, no, bro. No, fucking no. I think the only way that I can accelerate it is to spam call. Like, I'm going to have to call him. I don't know why I'd have to spam call. I only have to call because he'd answer. But it's like, by Wednesday, US time, I'm calling, and then I'm going to put the thread on him like, this is it, tonight is the night, because the whole profile's set now. And if you look, my Instagram is butchered. It's just all like posts of this random dude. It's everything set. The Spotify's built. If you go look, like, he's built up the audience on Spotify, all the monthly listeners, everything, all the articles there, everything is ready. Everything is in place. So I know there's no point pulling out now, because it means that it's just been like, I didn't even give it a shot for it to really work. It's just taking way longer than I wanted. And again, like I said, they set poor expectations. They said 2 weeks at most. We're coming up to 3 months again. So I think now, like, it will happen in the next, I still feel it's a week away. I still feel this Wednesday bullshit won't go down. But, you know, what can we do? That's all we can do at the moment. Unfortunately, you can just look at what options you have available and make the best one. And today, for some reason, this was something I want to talk about with the introspection. It's just like normally my routine will set me good, set me in a correct motion. Today, there's even days where for some reason you'll just default. And it's like today, I don't know what it was that caused me to default, but I was just sitting here and rather than getting the podcast filmed early, like I'm normally done the podcast early, I'm normally done the reaction, I've done everything, I've done the immediate shit, and then I'm focusing on my business. And that's usually all done by like 11 because I get up a bit later, I have my coffee and my brekkie, and then I get into shit, and then I continue to work. But it's like today, I'm only just starting to film now, and it's like, it's 11:45. And I don't know why. Like, I was sitting here reading these things, and it's like, I don't know, deviation for some days. Yeah, that being said, I don't even know if I wrapped up that point about heading back to Europe. I won't have to fly long-ass flights. I can, once I've got these teeth, the last trays, I'll head to Turkey, get them all veneered, get the retaining wires put on the back, and then we'll finally be done. Like, I'm keen to, more so than get the teeth finally done, I'm keen to just not have to worry about, like, Invisalign is a massive process. Every single day, imagine, right, when you go to eat, so say you only eat 3 times a day, you go to eat, you take them out, you have to rinse them, wash them, then you have to get a jar of water, put them in that, so you have to fill up a new clean jar, rinse it out from before. This doesn't sound like much, but it is when it takes away massively multiple times a day. Fill it up, put them in, let them there, eat. Then after you eat, okay, you have to rinse your mouth with water multiple times, do like a salt water gargle, which is what I do. Then a normal one to get rid of the salt. Then you have to brush all your teeth. They have to be brushed mega thoroughly so that shit doesn't get trapped in there and then it causes your teeth to rot. Then you have to take the trays out, clean all the trays, top, back, front, rinse them. Then you have to put like bits of toothpaste on each tooth, and then you put your Invisalign back in 3 times a day. What the fuck is that, 3? 3 times a day you have to do. I had to hold that with my thumb. Why? Why can I not just... 3 times a day. Pinky, for fuck's sake. That's something I need to practice. 3... Wow. Do you guys check? Let me know in the comments. When you throw up a 3 sign, do you also use your thumb to hold that pinky? That must have been like something that I learned rather than like a lazy way, rather than getting my fingers more dexterous. And my hands are pretty like ambidextrous. I can write pretty good with my left hand. I can throw like pretty much, not as great, but throw pretty much the same with my left, and same with my left leg. I can kick pretty much the same. So, I don't know. That being said, that's all the updates. It's a smaller update day today, like I said, and then I was really struggling to come up with things today. Who knows why? Normally I'm just like, got them all out. I guess there just wasn't much going on in the Mac life today compared to when I'm traveling the world. So, once all this staph infection is cured, we're good. We'll be back on the road, hitting New Zealand, hitting Dubai, constant growth, constant expression. Actually, that lets me add something for you all before we jump into the OnlyFans stuff. Here's my goals that I'm working on currently, because I don't think I've mentioned them for ages. I used to mention them in like every video, and that way you can see what I'm working on, and you'll know that everyone is constantly just trying to get a tier up, and there's people that are above me working, you know, on bigger goals, and there's people below me that are working to just get their first one. It's like my goals at the moment are to get each of my businesses to $100,000 a month profit on what I call like a 95% automation, meaning that it's really just micromanagement needed from me to keep the business afloat, which essentially means that the businesses are exitable, okay? They're scalable, they're moving up, they're moving in an upward trajectory. And once they hit 100K a month, I don't really care how slow they continue to grow. I'm not going to invest all of my time trying to speed up that process. It's more for me just important to manage that they are going up continuously. That is the most important thing for me. And once I have these businesses at 100K a month, let's just say 3 of them, let's just say the 3 main ones. Once they hit 100, and I'm talking profit as well. Once they hit 100K a month profit, that's post, like, not profit post-tax, but profit. The way I look at profit's very weird, because in Australia we have to calculate GST. I look at it profit post, I don't know why I do this. It's not even a business thing that's taught, but in my head, for me, it just works out better. I call it profit post like 15, I guess. So I know that payment gateways are around 2 to 5% because it's 2% a 30-cent transaction fee. And, you know, if it's international, there's a little bit more. It could be 2.9, 3.5%. Okay, so I round that up to 5 because it just gives me a bit of leeway either way, 5%. And then I tack on 10% GST to the main thing, so I say 15%. So when I look at my numbers, in my head, I go like this, 15%, okay? And then I say once I've calculated that 15% off it, if it should turn off, it should make 100K a month profit. I think I may even muddle myself up there. Essentially, it has to turn over 115K a month profit, okay, without anything else. And then for me, I consider that 100K profit. And so once all three of these businesses hit that level, you know, that's 3.6 mil a year from those. And everything else is moving in an upwards trajectory. And I don't really need to worry like about anything at that level. It's like I've set it in a way where I'm making more than enough, but at the same time, I'm still living the most incredible lifestyle. I'm still just putting out content in the morning, handling a few little business operations and management, and then I'm spending the rest of my day learning or hanging out, socializing, you know, doing whatever, playing guitar, actually experiencing life, because the whole point of accruing money is that it lets us live life more expressively. I'm having deep conversations with people. I'm connecting with others. I'm still serving my higher purpose of putting like out what I feel for me is creating content alongside, you know, creating systems and different things inside a business. But for me, it's like, I feel that once I hit that mark, sure, I'll have new goals from there, but the time horizon will just be stretched even further. And you can tell, like Alex Hormozi says, how wealthy someone is by how rushed they are. And that usually comes down to their language. Are they talking about like how much money they made today? Okay, how much money do they need to make today? Fuck, I need to make a sale today. Bills are due today. I got this due. You know, I talk to some people and they're like, fuck, bills are due on Wednesday. And I'm like, what do you mean bills are due on? And they're like, I need to fucking, you know, I don't get paid till Thursday. Oh, fuck, and I've spent fucking on fucking Donut King. Oh, fuck. It's like, fuck. These people are stressed. They're week to weekers or day to dayers because they're factoring in the days. And then you got people who are week to week and they're like thinking, oh, fuck, you know, I've got this coming in a week from now and I've got this and that. And they're week to weekers. They're just sort of 9 to 5s or they float around that. Or they, you know, at most they say month to month. They say like, oh, I turn over this much. You know, I'm trying to get this. And I guess that's more tiered business people. And this is why I say I'm at the end of the beginning. It's like I'm still... I guess I calculate per annum, but it's like I'm calculating once I hit 100K a month. Once I hit 100K a month on all three, not 100K a month. Once I hit 100K a month on all three, you know, it's like, then I think in my head, see how I've already switched it? I'm like, that's roughly 3.6 mil per annum post the 15. So then I'm only taxed on that, and then I can do whatever to reduce tax legally. And from there, it's like, then I'm just looking at it yearly. How much am I moving up yearly rather than monthly? It's like if I get from 3.6 to 3.8 the next year, I'm happy, to 4.2 to you know, 6.5 to whatever. It's like at that level. So for me, financially, that's what I'm working on. And I think alongside that, I'm constantly working on my body, trying to improve my body. I'm trying to make my body stronger, fitter, but also not compromise mobility. Like I've spent such a long time building up mobility from jiu-jitsu. And like, if you've never met me, you don't like understand how mobile I am. Not flexible, but how mobile I've made my joints. Like my shoulders are like hyper mobile. Like you wouldn't understand like unless you can see how mobile I made my joints. I know it sounds weird, but it's like, I don't want to compromise too much mobility for stability. And what happens is when you add muscle to a joint, you make the joint more stable, and there has to be a trade-off between mobility and stability, which is what we've learned from pretty much most anatomical science. So I want to try and not compromise the mobility, but also add some level of stability, some level of strength, some level of size, because I feel that would be more beneficial for jiu-jitsu and these other things. But yeah, I want to add a bit of size, essentially. Alongside that, I've been working to get the Instagram verified. So once the Instagram's verified and the teeth are done, it's like, these are more, like I said the other day when I did the heavy introspection, they're really just social validators. It's like, once I've done this, once I've done the IG, which has just been a mega hustle, because I set like them as yearly goals, and once I've got the last of the ink done that I want finished on the leg, which I still can't do at the moment because I've got the staff shit going on. It's like, once I've done these things, I don't know what my goals will be. Financially, I'll be fucking at a crazy rate. All my socials are blowing up. I guess it's then just about, I think, getting to 100k subscribers. I guess not even from a vanity standpoint. That's just like, I guess that's the next growth stage. And it's weird. Like, your mind will definitely change. And this is why I want to put out podcasts every single day, because you'll see the change. Like, even over 9 months I've been putting out these podcasts, you'll see the change. As you make more and more money, you move more and more away from scarcity to the importance of life. Hope you like that deep shit. Let's see. That was a good point. We rounded up from like 15 minutes or whatever to the 21 mark. So let's get into the OnlyFans content, ladies and gentlemen. This is some good shit here. This is some good value. So right before we jump into that, make sure you smash subscribe and make sure you join the Hive Mind if you're not in there already. We are growing at a substantial rate, as I said. Like, now we're at, I don't know, 8 to 10 members joining a day or something around that mark. We're just building like crazy. If you go ahead and look on the link down in the description, you can go ahead and see the sales page for the Hive and you'll see what it's all about. I explain it in every video. It's pretty much like all the masterclasses I've put together for making money online. Pretty much everything to do with OnlyFans. It's become OnlyFans dominated. Has e-commerce and Facebook Marketplace in there as well. YouTube, okay, and then Instagram growth. And then on top of that, obviously, it's a community. Once you're in, you get plugged into our Discord servers, into our Facebook group. We have an entire community there. The amount of growth that I've seen in there, collectively as a group, we're doing over 8 figures a year, tens of millions of dollars collectively as a group a year. So, I mean, where else can you jump into a community like that? I built the Hive because it's what I would, if I could have had something like this when I was starting my entrepreneurial journey, I know that all the shit that I'm saying now, 5 years later, or whatever it is, around 5 years later, I would have been saying it year 1 or year 2. You decide, do you want to go and fuck around and waste 3 years for yourself? Or do you want to just shortcut that whole process, jump in, become part of a community and continue to grow? And remember, the bigger the hive grows, the whole importance of a hive mind is it's a collective intelligence and a collective power. And the more it grows, the bigger it becomes. So it's not like you join, with these programs you join, you learn, and that's it. You've learned, okay, that it's dead in the water. Look for something else to add to your tool belt. It's like you joining makes it stronger. It collectively gets bigger, okay? And then more people join. It collectively gets bigger. More knowledge, more money. It collectively, and it continues to grow with you. And it's a never-ending thing. It's a never-ending continuum. So that's why I built that motherfucker. Now, let's look at making the 100k a year with no followers. And I've talked about unit economics in every video. It's essentially you need around $283 or $287 a day. It's what a fucking stinger. Oh, fuck, I get these from jiu-jitsu, like a stinger, like electrical shock down my neck. If you don't know what that is, sorry, not if you don't know what that is. It's around $283 or $287. I can't remember exactly what the number is. Somewhere around there. That will get you to 100k a year. And I've talked about this in every video, the importance of pricing and charging a premium. But more important than that, today's video isn't really focused on the structures, but more on the marketing structure. Because when people, for some reason, rather than business principles, people focus on marketing structures. They think, or you could have all the business principles in the world and without the marketing, you're not going to make the money. That's kind of true, but kind of not. You can make 1000x from a single sale by understanding how to structure your business correctly, understanding funnels, back-end systems, increasing lifetime value of your customer, focusing on charging a premium, understanding what customers to look for, certain metrics. These are all frameworks that you learn about business. But today, I think, for some reason, I don't know why, humans drift towards onboarding new customers and they want to focus on the marketing. So today, those of you who stuck around, you get the marketing. You get the juice that you've been looking for. And like I said, we're breaking this up into 3 bits of first year, 100K. And like, you can surpass that. There's people already in the hive surpass that 100K a year profit in their first year, in their first couple of months. The next is fucking multiple 6 figures to 7 in year 2. And then after that, I feel it's 7 figures plus for year 3. Again, this isn't financial advice, but it's fucking good shit. So let's look at it. We've looked at unit economics. To get to the 100K, your first milestone, you essentially need to make $300 a day. Now, what exact marketing do you need? And before we look at marketing, I am going to give you one framework to understand, but it's the framework of marketing. The whole purpose of marketing, when you're marketing a product in OnlyFans, which is essentially you're selling yourself. And managers, you're still selling yourself, okay, as a manager to manage multiple ladies, and you're still selling your girls as themselves. You're selling them as a personality, which people want to connect with. Back in the past, before all technology was around, the only way in which you could build influence, which is what you're trying to do, is to go and attend physical meetings, meet people, chat with people, provide value so that people would talk about you until you become an important member of society. Today, you can just talk to a camera or do things on camera, twerk your ass and shake your boot hole on camera, and get famous online. Because you just have the exposure of tens of thousands to potentially millions to potentially billions of eyeballs just by you putting out content. And the more content you put out, the more that accumulates. And so really all marketing is getting eyeballs on you. That's all it is. It's an attention commodity. We live in an attention commodity. And you could say like, would you rather build a following where you have, 1 or 2 people watch you over and over and over again, and it might grow a little bit to 3 or whatever? Or could I just blast you out once and a billion people see you? You innately know you'd want the a billion people to see you. And it's simply because of the fact that more eyeballs, we know inherently it equates to more money. Now, the importance of turning that, this is almost like the next step in a framework. You want to turn those eyeballs into continuous eyeballs, but you still want to maximize the amount of eyeballs. So we're going to pretty much mold together those 2 concepts of having people watch us time and time again, okay, along with getting attention. And this is where I don't think anyone on YouTube's really talked about this. It's kind of something that I've come across is like, think about all the most famous people in history before YouTube and before all these things. They were people of great influence, but they were usually broadcasted on places like television. So they were like either politicians and presidents and prime ministers, or they were actors. And actors are still so famous in today's world. It's like, because they not only reached a massive amount of eyeballs on TV, but they did multiple movies. People sing them time and time again, and people rewatch their shit time and time again. So it's like, all you have to do to make a shit ton of money on OnlyFans is get exposure to a lot of people and drop the pen, happens every video, and have them see you time and time again. And why I really wanted to explain the time and time again part is because I'm going to tell you the most effective marketing tool right now to run that will set you up to do the multiple 6 figures in the second year. You have to start it now to hit the multiple 6 figures in the second year, because you can't cheat time, okay? And people seeing you time and time again is what converts them. The majority of people will not buy from you the first time they see you. They have to see you time and time again. And a lot of different marketing, greats throughout history have talked about this, the law of 12, people needing to see you at least 12 to 16 times. Some people say it's 30, some people say it's 150 times they need to see you before they make a decision. You'll have your hyperactive buyers that buy straight away, but some people need a lot of time, okay? So how can you ensure that people are going to see you time and time again? Well, I'll give it to you in practical, legitimate, this is the best, most effective strategy you can utilize right now in today's world. If you're already making $100 a week, okay, from your OnlyFans, you need to put this into place, okay? And if you make nothing from OnlyFans yet, once you start acquiring $100 a week, you need to put all 100 into this. This is investing in business. People say, oh, you need to invest your money. This is investing, okay, in this nest egg that'll build for the next year. Because otherwise you're just going to be doing 100K year after year, and you'll be changing and chopping your strategies, and you'll say, oh, no matter what I'm doing, I seem to be stuck around 100K, because you're not putting in the correct step, which is the multiple eyeballs over time to get to multiple six figures, which is what's needed. So all you need to do is take your $100 a week, set up a TikTok ad, and you essentially want to set up 2 ads. And I say TikTok at the moment because it's probably the most important platform. You could still do this on Instagram or Facebook, but I feel TikTok is the most powerful thing to do this. You get the most ROI at the moment. Set up an ad of either, if you're a lady yourself, you can be selling OnlyFans. Each ad creative can be different. You can be trying to get some ROI on it and pushing people to your OnlyFans, or it can just be you talking, it can just be you giving advice, it can just be anything. But, okay, run that ad $100 a week for the entire year. That's $5,200. $100 a week. Do not care about the immediate ROI, because all that's happening is you're getting an exposure of eyeballs, but more importantly, people are seeing it time and time again. Now, you can split this ad up into $250. For the first couple of weeks, if you want to get really technical, leave it all as one, which is just targeting new audiences. And in fact, you could probably leave this for 2 months. But then what you want to do is you want to switch it so that half of the money is spent on a remarketing ad. And you want to make the remarketing ad like this. Okay, it needs to be customized. You want to say, hey, I know you've been seeing my videos already. So for example, I'll give you a real one. I know you've been seeing my drop shipping videos everywhere, and you're wondering, like, you keep seeing the hate comments pop up. You're thinking, how does this dude keep getting back on TikTok? Because he disappears for a while and then he's back, and now I'm watching the video again. I keep getting banned. But you can't stop the Max show, okay? And that's like legitimately one of the ads that I ran is just me saying, you keep getting me banned, but you can't stop me. This is the Max show. And then I finished the video by saying, I'm spending money on ads right now just so that you can watch this for no other purpose than just you watching this. I will never leave TikTok. I'll spend all my money if I have to, okay? Me and you are going to build a connection whether you like it or not. That was some of the videos I was running, okay? And I continue to run videos like this. And it's like, all you have to do is have your one video that's normal, and then your second video is a remarketing video, and all you're doing is targeting traffic that has watched your previous videos. And these people, you're influencing them to not like you, but to know you over time. And eventually, okay, they're going to hear enough of one message where it clicks. And you see this comment on so many videos, okay? You see this comment, I never really agree with this dickhead. Okay, I never agree with anything this dickhead says, but finally he's on the ball with this one. You've just snuck in that influencing. And I've already given the hint that I never agree with anything this dickhead says. They've already decided they didn't like you. There's multiple times they've seen you, but now one of the message has corresponded with them. And you only need that to happen once or twice for them to then go ahead and purchase your product. Trust me. It's all about eyeballs. So, phase 1, the very first, and I told you there's 4 things that we need to do. There's 3 stages and 4 things. The very first thing you need to do is go ahead and set up 2 $50 a week, okay, TikTok ads once you're making this money. We're going to talk about how to get that money if you don't have it yet. Set up these TikTok ads so that people are seeing you for a year. And do not think about it for a year. Don't look at the ROI, just put them up. And the sad thing is, do you know how many of you are going to watch this video and not do this? And I'm giving you the juice to go from 6 figures year after year, maybe 2 or 3 years, you're going to be stuck like this, to fast tracking years in advance. You don't need more than $100 a week either. That's enough for now, because TikTok's so cheap. Fuck me, this is itchy, bro. So if you need to make the $100 a week and you're not doing that yet, this is very, very simple, OnlyFans ladies and managers. All you need to do is go to Tinder. And I've talked about this in many videos. You can just sit there, create an account for a girl, or if you're a girl yourself, create an account, just sit there and swipe. And if you say, well, I've been banned from Tinder, go buy a new phone, go buy a new SIM. There's multiple ways around it. Have a look online. There's multiple ways you can set up accounts online using VPNs. You're going to continue to get banned, but who cares? Just continue to make more accounts. Sit there and swipe. You know, we've had people that create accounts inside of the Hive, and then they get like 12,000 likes in the space of 48 hours. 12,000 likes. They set their parameters massively. Like, imagine 12,000 people sitting there on gold saying, oh, I want to match with you. Boom, 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 boom. You can put through the matches, sit there, swipe, chat with them, send them to Snapchat. From Snapchat, send them to your Linktree with Linktree to OnlyFans. You only need to make one sale a week on OnlyFans. It's priced at $100, and I'm not explaining if you haven't watched my other stuff. It's very easy to do that. You only need to make one sale a week to pay for your TikTok ads. That's it. One sale a week. That covers all your TikTok ads, and that's really your only paid marketing expense that you're going to need. The other two strategies that I'm about to talk about now are free, and they're long-term as well, because what all these are setting, okay, is for year 2, because by the end of year 1, you'll have figured out how to make 100K. Trust me, just using the Tinder strategy alone, you'll be making 100K. And the little bits of everything else that's bioaccumulating, you'll do your 100K. Not financial advice. By year 2, if you haven't put these other things in place over time, you won't get any further than that. And you'll become discouraged because you'll do the same sort of amount-ish again that next year. And it'll continue to happen, and you won't understand why. I'm giving you so much fucking sauce in this video. The next thing you need to do is 4 organic TikTok posts a day. Ladies, it can be twerking, it can be controversial, it can be whatever you want, but you need 4 organic TikTok posts a day and 1 YouTube video. The YouTube video can be podcast style, it can be you giving tips, it can be you giving makeup advice, it can be you doing your Shein overhauls, lingerie overhauls, horror stories to do with OnlyFans, absolutely anything. All you need to do is put out 1 YouTube video a day. That's it. Now, I know I smashed through those other ones quick, and then in year 3, okay, to get from the multiple 6 figures, because what will happen is it all will start to bioaccumulate. You'll just see all these weird sales coming out of nowhere. You won't know where, but you've built this massive shadow influence that you don't even know. Year 3, okay, which is 7 figures, is it's just continuing to bioaccumulate. To get to the 8-figure mark, okay, to get to the 8-figure a year mark, I'm not qualified to tell you about, because I don't know what it takes to get to the 8-figure a year personally. Okay, profit, mark yet. I don't know, so I'm not going to talk about it. But they're the way for you to get from 0 to 100K, then to multiple 100Ks, and then to the 7 figures. And that, I believe, you can do within the space of 3 years by just following those 4 things. Let me recap them for you before you hit subscribe and join the hive. Set up your fucking TikTok ads. Split them when you can into 2, okay? $50 for your normal ads and $50 for your remarketing ads. 4 organic TikTok posts a day. 1 YouTube video a day. It can be on absolutely anything, but you're building that long-term audience as well. And then Tinder swiping. Just Tinder swipe. That's your manual job to get people to convert. Yes, it's grindy, but it's the way you can do it. If you want to hire freelancers, you want to hire other people, outsource, get friends to do it, that's fine. Okay? But that's the most effective manual way to make money at the moment. It's like a lot of people complain about having to do any manual work. It's crazy. Some people say, yeah, but I don't want to sit there all day doing that. Fine, then go fucking pack shelves. It's like, what, you don't want to put in any work? You want everything to be automated from day one? Fuck. Some people are just so fucking lazy. And if you're lazy, you will not succeed in business. When I was starting out with Marketplace and I realized, hey, I can make sales on Marketplace by taking AliExpress products and posting them up, I went ahead, I risked all my money, I bought 100 Marketplace accounts, and then I sat there screenshotting 3 to 4 products and then copying them across to 100 different accounts through Session Box. Posting, copy, paste, boom, 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 boom. Then sitting there, 100 accounts at night, replying to messages, sending them a link to PayPal. Oh, sure, copy, paste, do. It took hours upon hours of my day to do that. Hours, like I'm talking, I don't know, 6, 7 hours, 10 hours some days. But I was making good money. You're not willing to put in the work. And in the spare time that I had, I was thinking, how can I scale? How can I automate? But a lot of you just aren't willing to put in the work. So, giving you the fucking gold today. It started off a little bit wish-washy, but I've given you pure gold. I knew when I wrote down these points, this is like primo shit. So, please follow those 4 things. As well as that, if you don't know what to do on your YouTube videos and you don't have like, you know, you have your OnlyFans, but you don't want to promote it directly through YouTube, or you want to make additional money, okay, you want to make additional income while doing it. If you're inside the hive mind, any YouTube video you create, you can talk about the hive, you can mention it quickly, and then just plug your little affiliate code down the bottom, you get 50%. No other program does this shit. It's 50% reoccurring, and hive members don't leave. Imagine like adding that on top of your OnlyFans shit. We have people, you know, making 500 plus a month already, and the hive is in its earlier stages. They're making 500 USD a month just on autopilot, and they've only been doing it like a month. So that's all I have to say. Join the hive. Make sure you set up an affiliate account. Hit subscribe. I'll see you all for tomorrow's video. Baka.